Now, the next session is risk management, the approach, followed by construction industry in Sudan by Dr. Eltahir, Elshaikh, Mohamed, and Dr. Mohamed Ahmed. The ground is yours. If you need to share a slide, we would be happy to open the sharing feature for you to share your presentation. Okay. Because I'm seeing here Dr. Mohamed. Okay, please feel free to start. Do you need صوتك واضح اتفضل. هل عندك بي بي تي عايز تعمل شير للبي بي تي؟
ايوه عندي. طيب بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أنا محمد عبد الرحمن محمد أحمد, civil engineer. I hold master degree in construction engineering. I am interested in construction engineering and management.
استاذ محمد البي بي تي
في هذا المؤتمر.
معلش البي بي تي ما ظاهر لنا, معلش انا ما اقدر اقطعك. انت البي بي تي لو تعرف تحب تعمل له شيرنج ولا ترسل لنا؟ تحب تعمل له شيرنج ولا ترسل لنا؟
اعمل له شير.
طيب. اوكي.
طيب.
اوكي. تفضل دكتور.
سعيد جدا بالمشاركة معكم في هذا المؤتمر، وأحب أشكر في هذه السانحة الأساتذة كلهم من الدكتور الطاهر أبو القاسم والدكتورة سلمى يحيى لإتاحة الفرصة في هذه للمشاركة. موضوعنا هو the risk management, the approach followed by the construction industry in Sudan. Construction involves the largest industry in the world. Developing countries dedicated a significant share of their annual budget for construction sector. A construction project is commonly acknowledged as successful when it completed within time, within the budget, and accordance with the specification and stakeholder satisfaction. Construction industry is a risky business. Each construction project is a unique and comes with own set of challenge and opportunity. Identifying and managing risk can be tricky, but not impossible with the careful planning and executing. Project risk are two of categories, known and unknown. Known risks are recognized and can be analyzed, which make planning and preparing responses impossible. It's not impossible to proactive and prevail unknown risk. Therefore, the anticipate to provide risk reserve become necessary. Risk can be reduced, managed, transferred, shared, or accepted, but cannot be overlooked. The problem statement: Sudanese construction projects suffer from high risk that lead to failure in meeting project scope, time, and cost. Research objective: understanding how risk management is practiced in Sudanese construction projects and evaluating the impact of risk management on cost and time performance in construction projects. Ranking risk factors related to responsibility for client, contractor, and consultant in order to manage risk effectively. Methodology and data collection. A questionnaire survey was conducted among 3 main parties in construction industry, client, consultant, and contractor, to identify the probable risk factors that have a greatest impact on the construction project time and cost performance. The content of questionnaire. The questionnaire divided into following sections. The first section includes instruction to respondent and contain general information about the respondent, such as address, company size, the type, industry characteristics, such as the size experience. The second section addresses the practice of applied risk management in Sudanese construction project. The third section includes risk factors which have impact in cost and time performance on construction project. Population and sample. 3 registration, 3 restrictions were imposed in selection process of respondent. Restriction to contractor and consultant, and restriction to building project. Restriction to Khartoum state. With this restriction, the mind of researcher targets the population, owner, contractor, and consultant, as the percent in the contractor union classification and council of organization of consultants. The listing includes 70 contractor and 60 consultants. The size of sample. The size of the sample from the population determined by basic statistical principle exploratory research. The question 1 and 2 with this equation. The table 1 shows questionnaire distribution and return rate. Data analysis. The analysis of data was carried out with the help statistical package for soil and for social science. Data were carefully analyzed statistically by using reliability test, frequency, and factor analysis, important index, descriptive statistics. Important index. Calculate the important index of each factor by following equation 3 and 4, and the risk matrix and scoring. To evaluate risk factors which have impact on cost and time performance, we use risk matrix and scoring for each risk according to their important index and the weight of probability and impact. Figure 1 show risk scoring matrix وهي تحتوي في ال X direction the impact scale and the weight of the scales, and في محور Y تحتوي على ال probability scales and ال weight for الأوزان لكل scale. جدول 2 برضه بيوضح الامبورتنت اندكس سكيل. الماتريكس دي بتتعامل للوسط بتاعها. اللون الاحمر ده يعني الريسك فاكتور impact is high, impact severe unlikely to happen, والسكور greater than or equal 0.24. The yellow color, that is mean the risk is moderate and impact not severe. The score is greater than 0.24 and less than greater than 0.05 and less than 0.24. The green zone area, that is mean the low risk of occurrence and low project impact if it does occur. Also, we use reliability. One of the tools, the Kurbach consistency alpha. The table 4 shows that reliability for questionnaire. and result analysis and discussion. This study examine how the parties involved in any construction project deal with concept of risk during the construction phase, and to determine and ranking the risk factor in construction industry. The analysis and illustrations of result of the data which was collected for the questionnaire was done by using SPSS software program. The first section of questionnaire shows the practice of applied risk management in Sudanese construction project. الجدول يحتوي على 10 أسئلة تهدف إلى دراسة واقع ممارسة إدارة المخاطر في مشاريع التشييد في السودان. reliability statistic for this sector باستخدام الكرومباخ ألفا. The value is 0.87, which does indicate indicate a good interior consistency or consistency level. Question table 7 shows the question 1 of that section. Sudanese construction companies are applying risk management in their project. From the above table 7 and figure 2, more than half of respondents, 55.5%, with the important index 3.65, will respond that the Sudanese construction company are not applying risk management in their project. And this indicates there is lack of knowledge and experience in risk management. Table 8 shows the question there is risk management plan. 50% from above figure and table, 50% of respondents with important index 3.55 will respond there is not risk management plan in their project, and this indicates that there is lack of standard and management risk. The section 3 of questionnaire is study the risk factor which have effect on time and cost performance in construction project in Khartoum state. To evaluate the impact of contractor risk factor on time performance, table 9 shows the probability. Table 9 contains risk factor, list of risk factor which have related to contractor. Risk factor such like decrease in productivity of worker, lack of main resource of contractor, bad understanding of contract item, shortage of contractor experience and technical skills, financial failure of contract. All of these are risk factors which have related to contractor. have
continue يا دكتور عشان نوصل للكونكلوجن يعني.
تمام. Figure 5, figure 4. Figure 4 shows the risk matrix to evaluate the impact of contractor factors or contractor risk factor on time performance. الفيجر رقم 4 هو يعرض لنا عوامل المخاطر التي لها علاقة بالمقاول والتي تؤثر على أداء الزمن المشاريع. From the result in figure 4 show that R1, R5, R10, R2, R4, R8 are required the most attention, further analysis, including quantification and aggressive risk management. هي في المنطقة باللون الأحمر ده الريسك اللي دي بتاعتهم هم بيحتاجوا the most attention and further analysis, including the quantification analysis and aggressive risk management. أما المخاطر اللي بتقع في المنطقة باللون الأصفر اللي هو R9 و R3 و R6 و R12 are required a good amount of attention and should be put on the watch list. يعني هي برضو
تمام
تكون تحت الرقابة.
واصل يا دكتور على اساس انه
المخاطر
الكونكلوجن عشان واصل عشان الوقت عشان ممكن تواصل عشان الكونكلوجن عشان الوقت بس.
تمام. و R12 and R7 R13 are required less attention and to be and should be put on the watch list. Figure 5 برضو shows the risk factor which have related to contractor which are affected on cost performance. Figure 6 or 7 also show the consultant risk factor. Figure 6 which have effect on time and 7 which have effect on cost performance. Also figure 8 and figure 9 show the impact of client risk factor which have a factor on effect on time performance and cost performance. There are two risk matrices. واحدة اللي بتأثر على الزمن واحدة بتأثر على التكلفة. Conclusion. From the result of from research result, more than half of respondents with important index 3.65 where respond that Sudanese construction company are not applying risk management in their project, and this indicates there is lack of knowledge and experience of risk management. Project management is very complex and layered tasks which have a significant impact on success of project goals. It is based on knowledge and experience and communication and mutual understanding among stakeholders. Managing risk is a difficult task that is avoided or performed with minimal effort by individuals, and this often results in delays and losses. Number 2, 50% of respondents with is important index 3.55 where respond there is not risk management plan in their project, and this indicates there is lack of standard to manage the risk. Initial step towards the quality risk management involved adopting the traditional approach and use the standards such as PM Book and ISO 31000, which provide a stable frame and precise step such as manager can gain experience and knowledge necessary to progress toward the application of holistical approach. From conclusion 3, from the research results, the most risk factor of worker, financial failure or financial ambiguous planning due to the project complexity, lack of main resource of contractor, shortage of contractor experience and technical skills, and technology change. And the most risk factors which have a highest effect on the cost performance in construction projects, factor related to contractor, decrease in productivity of worker, financial failure of contractor, the scope of work for contractor is not well defined, and poor resource management. Thank you for attending.
شكرا على البرزنتيشن الجميل جدا جدا. نحن طبعا بس على الوقت we have معلش تعبنا باشمهندس محمد فسالناه عن الوقت انه نستعجل، بس انا لو في اسئله تتقال بسرعه للناس عشان يسالوه لانه عندنا we have an issue with the shortage. السيشن الأول كانت طويلة جدا. عندنا سؤال واحد وهو على كيفه، يعني هو وقت ما يجاوبنا عليه، إنه الكرومباك ألفا internal consistency اللي أنت عملتها دي داير لها راندوم سامبل، والبرزنتيشن من البداية أنا كنت داير أشوف أنت أول حاجة الراندوم سامبلين عملتها بياتو نوع سنوبول سامبلين، هل هي راندوم لانه في is it simple random is it random. فالكرومباك الفا internal consistency دي اصلا it tries to see the consistency of the questionnaire if they're similar. لما يكون الداتا ذاتها قريبه من ما راندوم، الكونسستنسي ذاته ما بيكون قريب. فانا بسال هل في راندومنس، انت عملت راندوم سامبلين؟ لانك يمكن ما شرحتها في البرزنتيشن. ده السؤال بتاعي، وفي اي وقت بعدين ممكن تجاوبوا، نحن في المؤتمر دائما.
بنحلم بفضاء أوسع، بنحلم بزمن أجمل، بلاد ميلاد بلاد ميلاد. بنحلم بفضاء أوسع، بنحلم بزمن أجمل، بلاد ممتد لحد حدود